Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Thursday, May 16th, 2024. Stand up for your country. You know, as I said yesterday, I'm not surprised very often by the news cycle. I can predict a lot of things that are going to happen, and that's not because I'm a genius. It's because I follow things very closely. I know history, and I know the personalities involved in most of the people running the country. I was surprised, as I told you, that the Biden administration announced that President Biden wants to debate Donald Trump. I had said in the past I didn't think that was going to happen. I was wrong. So whenever I'm wrong, I want to find out why I'm wrong, and I have. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Okay, let's run it down for you. Thursday, June 27th, Atlanta, Georgia, CNN debate. Trump has agreed in theory. I don't know if he'll object to some of the specifics. I would, and I'll tell you which ones. But that's where it's going to be. Then a second debate, ABC News, September 10th, which is lucky for us because that's the day Confronting the Presidents comes out. So there's going to be a lot of interest in presidents when they debate September 10th. Now, just today it was announced that CBS will hold a vice presidential debate. We don't have a date yet because there's no Republican candidate yet. But CBS is going to run that in, and Kamala Harris has said good. So let's just take a look at what's going on here, really, okay? Not the phony stuff. So RFK Jr. is not going to be involved in the debate, and as I said in the message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com, that's a good thing for the country. I want to hear what he has to say, okay? But this is so important, the presidential election, and he has no shot. There's no chance on earth he would win. So he takes up valuable time, and he's a conspiracy theory guy. He rolls that out. And so you'd have to fact check that, and it's just not worth it. I feel for him. All right, he's a sincere man. I do believe that. He'd like to be in the debates. His supporters, 15%, would like to see him there, but it's better for the country, in my opinion. There's a key provision in Biden's demands on this debate front. I use demands because the Biden people got out in front of this. They caught the Trump people by surprise because Trump is preoccupied by his trial. Okay? So they're going to cut the mics of the candidate who's not being questioned by the moderator, who's not talking. That's a good thing. You'll remember the Trump interruptions hurt him in 2020. Hurt him. And he was interrupting every 2 minutes. And so, fine. I have no problem with that. And then there's Trump wants to stand up, Biden wants to sit down. That's easy. If you want to stand up, President Trump, stand up. You want to sit down, President Biden, sit down. You know, so whatever you want, you do. Now, here's the problem. There's two moderators, Dana Bash. No, it's not a problem, Dana Bash. I mean, Dana Bash is a liberal woman, but she's, okay. But Jake Tapper is a vile, vile human being and should not be on that debate stage. And if I were Donald Trump, I would never, ever consent to Jake Tapper asking me anything. Why? Let me back it up. So you have to go all the way back to 2016 when Trump won. Jake Tapper was very angry that Trump beat Hillary Clinton. Subsequently, Tapper has bashed Donald Trump. And in very, very unprofessional and odious, word of the day, it means hateful, ways. So on October 4th, 2020, you may remember, a month before the presidential vote, 2020, President Trump was sick with COVID. Here's what Tapper said.
Sick and in isolation, Mr. President, you have become a symbol of your own failures. Failures of recklessness, ignorance, arrogance. The same failures you have been inflicting on the rest of us. Get well, and please, for the rest of us, who don't get to go to Walter Reed, get well and get it together.
All right, so using Trump's illness to bash him, that's really cheap. And that's what he did almost every day. But here's something even worse. This happened last September on the 18th. Go.
Leading this hour, with 4 weeks until Iowans cast the nation's first votes in the 2024 presidential race, the dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This time, of course, in the United States. This time given life by former president and current Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump. The Jew, Hitler wrote, quote, poisons the blood of others. This, according to Hitler, posed an existential threat to Germany because, quote, all great cultures of the past perished only because the originally creative race died out from blood poisoning, unquote. There's really no other way to say it. Donald Trump's language mirrors this directly.
So Trump is Hitler. Again, this is just vile. And on a personal note, because I always want to tell you the truth, I despise Jake Tapper. I have for years. I wouldn't spend 10 seconds in his presence. And last night I was in the presence of a bunch of CNN people. And I'll tell you about that in the final thought on this broadcast. But to have this man as a moderator, number one, tells the country that CNN doesn't have any personnel. They have nobody who can do the debate, and that's true. Now, there may be some dayside people who could handle it, and this Erin Burnett, I think, could probably do it. I think she's intelligent. Anderson Cooper, I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know really what to say. But if Tapper is the best, if that's who they're putting up there, so I'm Donald Trump, and I see this, and I go, I'm not going to do it. You got to have somebody else because Hitler, call me Hitler. Tapper, call me Hitler. That disqualifies him from being in my presence. I'm not going to answer his questions. I'm not going to be around him. That's a reasonable position. You'd have to spell it out because Biden will run wild going, oh, he's afraid of me. Trump's afraid of me. Yeah, all that stuff. But it's reasonable. And me, no way. I'm in a room. Jake Tapper walks in. I walk out of the room. That's how strongly I feel about the man, just so you know. So the Biden White House got ahead of this. And there was a reason here. So I have access to information. In fact, next week I'm going to Washington, D.C. Can't tell you where or when, but pretty good sources. And the White House internal polling, which the public doesn't see, indicated that Biden's take on Israel is a disaster. So Biden alienated the progressive base, which is most rabid supporters and money donators, by not condemning Israel outright. So the progressives going, Israel, they're war criminals, Palestinians are right, you know it, you've heard it, those are the protesters. It's 20% of the Democratic Party. They're very angry at Biden. Then Biden tried to do that. Tried to go, oh, we're not going to give Israel weapons. You remember that. Because they might invade Rafah, and we don't want that. Then moderate Democrats got angry at him. So he's getting it, but his own people, his support is eroding. I don't know whether you're going to see that in Gallup and the other polls. I don't know. But this is what the White House internal polling shows. So there was panic. And they said, we got to get a diversion. We got to get out of this Israel thing. What better way to announce debates? That's what happened. The Trump people caught totally by surprise because the Trump people are trying to get him out of New York City. They're not even thinking about the debates. That's what happened. Now, you will hear that reported nowhere else. It's 100% true. Okay, so let's sum this up. Donald Trump should say to CNN, I'd be happy to show up in Georgia, in Atlanta, on June 27th. And Fannie Willis shouldn't be in the audience there. But I'm not going to, you got to change Tapper. And here's why. Just playing the same soundbite I just played you. Okay, Remember, Donald Trump was president of the United States. Like him or not, you call him, Adolf Hitler could be the most heinous human being who's ever lived on the planet. Possible. Okay, secondly, Biden is now in a spot. Because unlike the State of the Union, there's no rehearsal, there's none of that. Now, I already got mail, I'm going to deal with one of the letters, about, well, CNN's going to give Biden the questions. That's not going to happen, okay? But I'll explain it further in the mail segment. But Biden has got to sit there. And I just want to wrap it up with what I said to Sean Hannity. I hope you listened to that on BillO'Reilly.com on Hannity's radio show. This whole debate thing is obsolete. It's like cable news. Cable news is obsolete now. They haven't kept up with the times. They're doing what they did 25 years ago. Okay? The debate system is outmoded because there's no fact check. And both Biden and Trump, as we proved yesterday, and I hope you got a transcript or saw the broadcast, they'll say whatever they want. If it's not factual, they don't care. So you can't fact check them when they're on a debate stage. What you can do is have the debate for 70 minutes, an hour 10, then take a break, okay, and come back 10, 15 minutes later with a half an hour of fact check. Because if a president, Biden, or a former president, Trump, lies, I, as an American citizen, want to know why. It's easy. You said, Mr. Biden, 35 minutes ago, you said this, here's the facts, can you explain? And he's got a minute to explain it. And then you do the same thing to Trump. They'll never do that in a million years, ever, because it's a game. It's a game. I'm going to tell this story one more time. So when I was at Fox, my ratings, as you know, were the highest by far of any cable show that ever existed. And that record stands today. I went into the guy who ran Fox News, Roger Ailes, before the Obama-Romney debate. I believe it was that. I haven't fact-checked myself, but I think it was that one. And I said, let me moderate this. You'll get way higher ratings, and it'll really be an event. Ailes looks at me and goes, if I let you moderate that debate, O'Reilly, we will never get another debate as long as this network's on the air. It's probably true. Because I would take no prisoners of either of them. I wouldn't be rude, but I'd fact check relentlessly. But you need a little time. You need that intermission to do it, okay? But it's not going to happen. But it's my job to put forth to you, the educated audience who loves the country, what should happen. This whole debate thing in June is going to be a fiasco. Believe me. And that's a memo. Okay. I'm going to keep these Tapper sound bites because it's so outrageous. As another critical election nears, America is gripped by anxiety. Recent studies show that 56% are feeling dread about the upcoming presidential vote in November. That's why I stand with AMAC. It's more than a senior discount organization. AMAC fights for common sense and a return to traditional American values. Visit amac.us/O'Reilly to grab an exclusive election year special, a 4-year AMAC membership for just $30. Members get access to money-saving benefits, the AMAC magazine, free Social Security and Medicare advice, a trusted voice in Washington, and a community of like-minded patriots. Take advantage of this election year special. 4 years for just $30. Be a part of the solution. By joining AMAC, you strengthen a movement dedicated to preserving our cherished principles. Please join now at amac.us/O'Reilly. That's amac.us/O'Reilly. Okay, let's go to the mail. We got Joseph Gerbino, Middle Village, New York, and Queens. I agree, O'Reilly, with your idea about 2-segment debate with 30-minute fact check. However, contains one flaw, and that's called CNN. I have little doubt they will do all they can to nail Trump and pick minor errors from Biden. We'll see. CNN is in dire trouble. Dire trouble. Any shenanigans is going to hurt them. Big time. David McGuire, McLuth, Kansas. I absolutely believe your solution to the debate is the only possible way to see the truth between two individuals. It's probably without any doubt at all the closest anyone could run a debate between these two. Your suggestion is brilliant. Well, I appreciate that, David. I think about these things a lot. And what I presented to you with the 30-minute fact check at the end would be so valuable for the American people. That's why it won't happen. Joe Severino, Tampa, Florida. Hey, Bill, do you think another reason for Biden doing the debate in June is because Democrat National Committee is in August? They know if he can't make it through the debate, they might have another candidate. No. This was a decision solely made by the Biden White House, not by any Democratic committee. Greg, I think Biden was referring to Donald Trump not showing up at the Republican debates when he said that Trump was avoiding debates. Possible, Greg. But remember, the context of the announcement Biden made was debating him, the president. That was a context. It wasn't the Republican primary. So you're giving Biden the benefit of the doubt. Possible. But again, if that were Biden's intent, he just muddled it and blew it. It's his fault. Gloria, concierge member, which means Gloria has a private line to me, a life insurance policy, if she's a concierge member, and I'll help Gloria any way I can. You might check that out on BillO'Reilly.com. Gloria asks, the first debate would be on CNN. Oh, that would be fair, Gloria says sarcastically. They are the station that gave Hillary the questions ahead of the event a few years back. They didn't do that. CNN didn't do it. Donna Brazil did it. She was an employee of CNN. And they didn't know she was doing it. Donna snuck the questions out. Now, you can be a conspiracy. I know, but I'm just giving you the facts. Eric Eisenhower, Dallas, Texas, foolish speculation, and it would never happen. But if CNN were to ask you, O'Reilly, to moderate the debate, would you do it? Of course I'd do it. So, of course I would. And boy, we'd get places. So let's put it that way. Robert Kale, Savannah, Georgia, good town. Bill, thank you and your staff for your excellent work. I'm concerned of the future. My question, do you think Ramaswamy proposed something like this for a nomination in the future? Look, Vivek Ramaswamy was on here last week, and he definitely wants to be president of the United States. And, you know, he's got a future. Trump will give him a job. I'm almost certain of that. Patricia, I'll say this for the No Spin News. After renewing on April 22nd, thank you very much, Patricia. You renewed her concierge or premium membership. I just received my free book, rather timely. Look, we're on it. If you have a problem, concierge or premium members of anything, you write to me directly, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. All right, name and town. If we have a problem with us, we can't be perfect, but we're pretty good. We're pretty good. It's an interesting story. I guess I got a little time. I can tell you. So I got a concierge letter this morning from a woman who bought one of our sponsors' products. We have lots of sponsors, as you know. And then ran into trouble because her husband died. And her husband's name was on the product. And she wanted to change that. So she called the product office and got a guy on the phone. The guy would not give her his last name or employee number. Now, that is unacceptable. Anything that I endorse, any advertiser on our radio, television forums has to give you the information that you asked for. So, because this woman is a concierge, she shot it to me, and believe me, we will solve this problem for her. Because this is personal to me. And not only that, but I've got my head ad sale guy into the corporate level going, this can't happen again. See, we'll drop people, sponsors, if we don't believe that they're doing the right thing. Unlike everybody else. I'm not in this for the money. I'm not. It gives me a huge advantage. But anyway, I'm glad you got your book, Patricia. I'm very glad you read up your membership to BillO'Reilly.com. We're going to have the best election coverage in the world. And spread the word. Give gifts. You can give Father's Day, grandfather, premium membership all day long. You get the free book, free mug. We'll tell you about it in a moment. And we got signed books for Dad. Okay, I haven't mentioned this. Or Granddad. So you write him a nice little note. We put the note. I sign below the note in the book. Send to you. Not expensive. What a great gift. Right? So we got 13 killing books. And we have my other books too. Everything's in stock. Get in there. And we have a very special leather-bound killing patent. This is doing very well. I didn't know it was going to be a deal because it's about $100, but it's really nice. What a nice gift that is. And then we got the Not Woke coffee mugs, our most successful mug of all time. And if you get to be a concierge or premium member, you re-up or sign up, you get the mug free. If you don't want a book, you get the mug free. I mean, this is a fabulous deal. Just do the math on it. And then we have, for the graduates, we're almost out of them, by the way. So if you want self-reliance mugs, you got to get them over the weekend because we're just about out of them. And this is a fabulous gift for any graduate, you know. And one final thing, we have Confronting the Presidents, as I mentioned, out September 10th. You pre-order it, you get it first. And I'll sign those too. Okay, word of the day, do not be pedantic. Pedantic. Back with the final thought about my socializing with CNN last night. You all know that due to cancel culture, Mike Lindell and MyPillow no longer have the support of their box stores or shopping channels. So they want to pass those savings directly to you. Thanks to their dedicated employees, MyPillow has hundreds of products, some you may not even know about. To spread the word, they are having a $25 extravaganza. For just $25 each, you can get 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, 6-pack towel sets, sandals, and more. For the first time, get premium MyPillows with all new Giza fabric, any size, any loft level, for just $25. This amazing offer will not last long. So please visit mypillow.com or call 1-800-869-0298. Use promo code BILL for free shipping on any order over $75 today. That's mypillow.com, code BILL. By now you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Okay, final thought of the day, a website called Mediaite had a 15th anniversary party last night. I was invited, and I know Dan Abrams. He's on News Nation. He runs it. It's his website. So I went out of respect for Abrams. I'm not a party guy. You guys know that. I don't go to a lot of these things. But I've known Abrams for a long time. So I went. And there is a protocol in New York City, which is the media capital of the world. And the protocol is even if you meet competitors in a social situation, you're nice, you're civil. All right? You're not yelling and screaming at them. I don't like that. It's like D.C. You know, when the Democrats meet the Republicans in the gym or something like that, they're not yelling at each other. Most of them. There's some nuts, but I always have observed that protocol. But last night, there was a woman, a CNN woman, Abby Phillip, who was at this event. Now, Abby Phillip is the woman who took a quote of mine, which was absolutely praising Michelle Obama, cut the quote up, used about 8 seconds to try to make me look like a racist. This is what Abby Phillips did. My lawyer actually contacted CNN. We were thinking about filing a lawsuit against her and CNN. We did not, because we would have lost. It would have cost me $1 million. And I gave you the story. I played you the clip. It's on BillO'Reilly.com if you want to see it again. But she was right there. And I was with my assistant, longtime assistant, who is 5'1", okay? And she's been with me for more than 30 years. And she right away saw me and her and Philip, who was 10 feet away. And I was about to launch. So my assistant looks up. I'm 6'4", goes, "It's not worth it." So I didn't do it. 10 years ago, I would have. Maybe 5 years ago, I would have. But she was right. Now, Philip, she knew. She could sense this wave coming off me. She bolted. Now, the others at CNN, I don't have any problem with them. Tapper, yes, he was not there. He's special case. But all the others, I don't. And I talked to them and back and forth, had a few laughs, whatever. No business, really. They know what we do here. They know how successful this No Spin News and BillO'Reilly.com is. Everybody knows. Everybody in the media business knows. Okay? And there was one guy on MSNBC, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to get him in trouble. And you know him. And he was very complimentary. Now, he came over to me. I'm not the kind of guy that floats. I kind of just stay there in one place with my assistant, who has to be with me at all times when I'm in public, or I have to have security. But in a party like this, I didn't have to have that. And then, people come over. But it was a good evening. As far as I saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in a while. But you don't, grudges in that situation, no. But Miss Phillip, but my assistant saved me. That wouldn't have worked out to my advantage or at all. But I thought you'd find that story very interesting. We'll have a column. I haven't decided what I'm going to write on for Sunday, but it'll be substantial. And we very much appreciate you watching and listening to the No Spin News. Really do. I hope you understand that. And we will see you again on Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.